Hey everyone, this is Dean with DCA Crypto. Got your weekly crypto YouTuber update for you guys. Want to get some videos out to you guys that I think that you should take a look at for your weekly dose of crypto from different YouTubers out there. So I'd appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, smash that like button, and let's jump into it. Alright, so today I'm going to be covering 4 different videos from different YouTubers out there. These are videos that I picked for this week that I think have some important information for you guys. You may want to take a look at them and watch them over. I'm going to play some quick clips from each of these and give you my opinion on them, and let's jump into it here. Alright, so the first video is from House of Crypto. He's talking about GameFi and AI and crypto will create millionaires. These are the coins that you must watch. He's going to give some different coin ideas in here of ones that he thinks could be hot narratives in this bull run. He's also covering some other information in here that I think is useful at the beginning of the video, so let's take a look at it.
Crypto, gaming, and AI. 3 of the biggest buzzwords across the whole industry right now. And where we see a crossover in these 3 words, well, you can pretty much guarantee that you're going to see some of the most explosive gains in the entire crypto market. For those of you who think that the bull market is over, well, this chart here tells me that you are extremely wrong. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what this chart's all about, why you need to pay attention to the key narratives, and a handful of key projects that hit those parameters. So do me a favor, hit that like button. Let's get into today's video. Now guys, first things first, what on earth is this chart all about? Well, it comes from DeFiLlama.com. And if you go down to where it says raises, you can find this. This is pretty much the best indicator that I've found of where we are in a bull market. And these green bars show the amount of money that's being raised by venture capital funds into new projects over a period of time. In the last bull market, we went up to nearly $7 billion, and the bull market before that, 3.5. Right now, we are barely even scraping the $1 billion level, which tells me we are nowhere even near beginning this full-blown bull market, and we still need to be patient. So right now, you're looking at the Bitcoin chart and you're panicking and you're worried and you're like, well, it could be going lower. I don't know how much lower it's going to go. I get you. I understand. But really, we need to take the bull by the horns, because right now, you never know whether 5 minutes time from now, Bitcoin's going to go shooting back up higher, drag all the altcoins with it, and you will have missed this dip. The smart money buys the dips.
So what Peter's getting at in this video is you don't want to miss the Bitcoin pump, because when this market decides to pump and you're just sitting there on the sidelines and you're not picking up these coins while they're in good buying zones, you could entirely miss that. Now, it is true that we could continue to go lower before we go up, but you just don't know if that's going to happen or not. This has been a very strange market, and you know, gaming is going to be hot in this bull run narrative. All the signs out there showing that we're still very early and the bull run hasn't even begun yet. As crazy as that sounds, Bitcoin is already past, you know, its all-time high before the halving. Now we've had a little bit of a correction, which is, you know, that all-time high before the halving's never happened before. So some people are worried that the bull run could have been here and already done, and you know, we're going to go into a bear market now. I don't think that's likely. I think the likely scenario is we just had a kind of an artificial pump because of the ETFs, but now things are cooling off a little bit. Sure, we could keep going lower for the next few months. If that happens, you know, that would be normal and healthy, but I think that we're still going to take off into a main bull run towards the end of this year. And there's some other videos in this video here that I'm going to play for you that are going to also share information that kind of coincides with that, other people's opinions out there and other statistics out there. They're going to actually, you know, say that, hey, we're not even started in this bull run yet here. So that's what I got for Peter's video with House of Crypto. Make sure you check him out. Watch that video. He's got some great content. So the next one I got here is by Altcoin Daily. This one here talks about the SEC attack on cryptocurrency, and he's doing an interview with Consensus and what's going on with them and how they're handling this whole issue with the SEC attacking them in MetaMask and what they're doing to kind of fight back on this issue.
If Chair Gensler gets away with misclassifying Ether as a security, it's really catastrophic in the United States.
The SEC seeks to regulate ETH as a security, and this affects you if you hold Ethereum.
Because if Ether is a security, then it can't be sold legally. It can't be sold, and it can't be bought in the US. And Ether is essential for access to the Ethereum network, right? I mean, you need Ether to transact.
Now, at the moment, this is just alleged. In Consensus's lawsuit against the SEC, they allege a regulatory overreach.
We've sued the SEC in our home state of Texas, which is actually where I'm joining you from now.
And because they saw what was coming, Consensus filed a preemptive lawsuit against the SEC in order to prevent the SEC from seizing control of Ethereum.
To defend Ether and the Ethereum network from Chair Gensler's unlawful power grab.
Consensus being one of the main developers of the Ethereum network, they're the creators of MetaMask, etc. And in this recent 90-second clip of the Unchained podcast, senior counsel and head of litigation and investigations at Consensus explains why they're fighting back against the SEC now.
We've been forced for years now to defend against multiple secret SEC investigations, and it's really time they saw the light of day because these are important, critical issues for our industry. In our investigations, the SEC wasn't only targeting our product team, MetaMask. They weren't only targeting our finance team, asking about our sales of Ether. They were actually targeting our wonderful Ethereum developers, people who are doing the important work of innovating and improving the Ethereum network. And that's really a bridge too far. And if Chair Gensler gets away with misclassifying Ether as a security, it's really catastrophic in the United States. Because if Ether is a security, then it can't be sold legally. It can't be sold, and it can't be bought in the US. And Ether is essential for access to the Ethereum network, right? I mean, you need Ether to transact. So the end result of the SEC's actions seem to be moving toward unplugging the Ethereum network in the United States. And that's, just something we can't stand for.
So it's absolutely ridiculous. The SEC is completely overreaching their power. And hopefully this lawsuit by Consensus, hopefully they win it, and hopefully they crush the SEC in this lawsuit. This could drag on for several years. We don't know how this is going to turn out. But I'm hoping for clarity, within the next year before this bull run takes off. So we'll have to see how this plays out and keep an eye on this, because this is actually more important than the Ripple lawsuit, because Ethereum is like the main blockchain of crypto. It's, the number 2 crypto out there as far as market cap. It's the most widely used crypto. There are several layer 2s, layer 3s, layer 0s on Ethereum. And this is, the critical network that could impact the entire crypto industry if this were not be allowed to be traded in the United States. So hopefully they win this case and this gets crushed and they prove the SEC wrong. I think if we get some different leadership in the government with this next election, that'll help with a lot of this because we need more clarity. But that's kind of this video with the Altcoin Daily, so go ahead and check them out and watch this video. I'll leave the links for these in the description below. The next video I got here is by Crypto Banter, and this video talks about the Bitcoin cycle, how long they think it'll last, where they think we're at in the cycle, if they think that we're going to go into a bull run towards the end of this year or not. So I'll play a little bit of this and give you my opinions on this as well.
We are in, it's like I've heard it described as the pin has been pulled, the grenade has been thrown in the room, because you've got this aging population, right? We have $34.6 trillion of debt. This is a major issue. Everybody knows about it. We talked about it. But another issue that Fred brings up is really important here, is that this aging population is going to start drawing from those benefits massively. And so that pin has been pulled. And so the 210 plus trillion dollars of unfunded liabilities, they're coming due. That check is that check's being cashed. Those are coming due, and we have to pay that. How are we going to pay that? How are we going to continue to perpetuate this by just issuing more debt?
Print more money. Print more money. Money printer.
And then you will eventually have to. Yeah, you'll have to print more money because you're going to have to monetize that debt in periods of stress. We've seen it repeatedly over the last couple of decades. We saw it. We didn't see much money printing.
So, they're talking about how we have this big debt issue. In order for the government to handle this debt issue, they're going to have to start lowering interest rates, and they're going to have to print more money in order to handle this. It's not going to be an option for them, more than likely, and that's what they've always done in the past. So they're betting on the fact that they think they're going to lower interest rates and start printing more money to try to, handle their debt situation. But, in the long run, they're actually just making it worse.
Have a major correction in the stock market, the Fed is going to do exactly what it did in March of 2020, right? We've seen this playbook, right? Well, print and lower rates, right? So it's not just going to be QE. They will lower rates aggressively, right? Mm-hmm. And furthermore, I would say you really have to factor in the political situation here, right? Because it's not just the Fed. The Fed is not just an entity working on its own. It's the Fed plus the Treasury, right? Now, I can tell you in a Trump administration, what I expect interest rates to go down very, very quickly. Yes. And I expect a new Fed, right? Mm-hmm. So I think Trump gets, and we're only 6 months away from this election, right? But Trump gets in, that we are going to be looking at 2% or less interest rates next year. Maybe zero. Right? We could completely shift if Trump gets into a ZERP interest rate. And you know what? Why do I say that? Because Trump says it. Trump himself has said, "I want interest rates at zero or lower."
Or lower. So they're kind of predicting that they think Trump could get into the office. It's hard to say if that'll happen or not because he does have some legal issues that could come up that could, put a damper on him becoming president potentially. We don't know if that's going to happen or not. But we also have Robert Kennedy Jr. That is a solid candidate. He's an independent, used to be Democrat. He's running as an independent now. And he's actually very pro-crypto. So either one of those two would be good for crypto to get into the space. Trump's he's done a couple different NFTs now. And, he's talked about, Bitcoin a little bit. He's starting to warm up a little bit to crypto where he was kind of against it before, but he is coming in, warming up to it more. And there's more crypto, influencers that have been working with him and his team and, his family and kind of getting them more educated on crypto and blockchain and stuff to kind of warm them up to the idea if he were to come back into office. So we'll have to see how this election plays out, how it has an impact on us and on crypto. I think we'll get a new administration regardless. I don't think Biden's going to win again, but it is a possibility that he could win. Hopefully, and I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, whatever. That's not what this is about. It's about, our financial freedom. I just don't see the Biden administration doing much for crypto, unfortunately. And they've been very anti-crypto as far as the Fed and with the SEC and that, just attacking crypto over and over and over again. And a lot of the left politicians have been bashing crypto and fighting it the whole way. And it's just been a really a negative impact on crypto over the last couple of years with them. So hopefully we get a new administration in, whether that's the Trump administration or Robert Kennedy Jr. administration. I'll be happy with either one. Nobody likes Trump, as far as how he reacts to things and his mean tweets and stuff. I agree with that. I don't like the way he handles that stuff either. But the way he handles policy, as far as financial policy with interest rates and stuff, I think it's a positive thing for the markets. So, I think it'll be a positive effect on crypto if he were to get in office. And Robert Kennedy has some great ideas out there as well, Robert Kennedy Jr., on how he would handle crypto and put everything on the blockchain for the United States government spending and that, so there's more transparency. I mean, imagine that if we could see everything that's going on and they were held accountable, that would be huge, and that would put crypto on the map for the United States. So either one of those administrations would be good for crypto. So I'm going to jump into the last video here. This is by In the Game. In the Game, as you guys know, or if you don't know, it is also ran by Crypto Banter. They specialize in gaming on this channel, pretty much just cover gaming projects. So they're going to do, a video here on what they think is going to happen with gaming, if they think it's still going to be a big narrative or not in this bull run. And they're going to cover some gaming picks that they think could be good for you to pick up in this bull run. So I'll play this clip here.
All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome into today's edition of In the Game. I am your host, Hustle. As always, we're going to be diving into the markets. And I mean, today I'm going to go over exactly why I believe the capital rotation coming up is actually so obvious. A lot of people are worried if gaming is even going to have a pump this cycle. And I think that's a complete misunderstanding of what's happened in the market. AI has been so hot, and the catalysts over the last year have been so obvious for the gaming space. I'm going to go over why I do believe we are going to rotate capital from currently meme coins over to AI and then eventually to gaming. I will walk you through it step by step here and the projects you should be positioning in now for maximum upside when these narratives swing. So without further ado, let's get in the game. Crypto Banter. I will be back in Miami here now. Like I will go ahead and just refresh this so we can get a little bit of a fresh look into the market here. But right now, like altcoins aren't moving. The final table is near the end, right? But we're almost there. And I do think that the gaming narrative has been beaten down so much. But look, it's because it's based on products right now. People have seen enough BS in the gaming space. And if we have a little bit of patience and we let these quality products like Naiad and Off the Grid come to market, we're going to see that ripe gaming pump that we have been waiting for quite some time. But I'm well positioned into AI altcoins. I'm well positioned into gaming altcoins. And I think there's so many opportunities out there to be had. And when there's fear, when people are upset, when people are in the red, this is the time to deploy those profits you've taken on the way up, as you should be. We preach that here on In the Game all the time, and deploy that back in the market right now.
So what he's saying here is you should have been taking profits out on the way up, like I've been preaching on my channel for a long time as well, and any projects that you've been in good profit on. Now with gaming being really down in the market right now, there's a lot of good gaming projects out there that are at a big discount from what they were just a few months ago. And now may be time to really start adding those to your portfolio if you don't have any. I think gaming and AI both are going to be very strong in this bull run. I think it's just a matter of time before we get screaming into the bull run later this year and into 2025, where some of the prices you're seeing now are going to be absolutely steals if you miss them, right now. Next year, you're going to be looking back and be like, why didn't I pick those up? I mean, I was saying this about some of the projects early last year. I was like, you're crazy if you're not getting into Miri at 0.00 whatever it was back then. I think 0.0015, and I did like over a 10x from there. But some of the projects are really cheap right now. Maybe time to add some to your portfolio. They cover some of them in this video. You can check this video out to get some ideas out there. You can watch any of my gaming videos from the past. You can go to my playlist and play my gaming videos and get into some of those. There's a bunch of node projects I covered on my channel recently. Some of those have gaming and AI nodes that you can get into and start printing out coins before the project even launches. So there's different options out there for you guys if you're looking to add something to your portfolio. I'm holding strong. I'm not even concerned about this market right now. We could get a big crash. If we do, I'm just going to add more coins to my portfolio. And, hopefully we take off into a big bull run later this year like we always have in the past. Things aren't exactly the same as they were in the past. They're a little bit different, but at the same time, like they say, history kind of rhymes. And right now, everything is pointing towards just a beginning of a big bull run. So we'll have to see what happens here. People were scared to buy early last year too, and then they looked back and they were really regretting it towards the end of the year. So that's pretty much what I got for this video, guys. Check out these 4 videos and their channels. I'll leave the links for these in the description below for you guys so you can check them out. I appreciate it, guys. Don't forget to check out my free Telegram. And we've got people in there every day finding new crypto gems that you can research and buy. A lot of them are gaming gems, AI gems, and a bunch of great projects out there. You can check that out in my Telegram. It's absolutely free. The link will be in the description below and the pinned comment. And don't forget to check out my Discord. That is through Patreon. It's a membership through Patreon, and it's only $14.99 a month. And we get into all kinds of projects in there early, and we help each other out, and I share my trades and stuff in there as well. So I appreciate it, guys. We'll see you on the next video. Tell me what you want, what you need, tell me.